Let's talk about culture. Do you know what your culture is? Chances are you identify with many different cultures. Your culture can be your race, your ethnicity, your gender, but it could also be so much more. Some of the cultures that I identify with are being Asian American, a Christian, and a female. But today we're going to focus on one of those. Today we're going to talk about how my culture of being a female has affected my education journey. I'm a third-year Communication Sciences and Disorders major at the University of South Florida, and being a female has affected me in a ton of different ways. I have faced stereotypes and generalizations, as well as forms of oppression, and seen a lot of diversity issues. If you're not familiar with the term stereotype, the Britannica Dictionary defines stereotype as an often unfair and untrue belief that many people have about all people or things with a particular characteristic. I'm sure everyone can relate to being stereotyped at some point in their lives for one reason or another. In my experience, women are stereotyped in the higher education world as being overly weak or emotional, when in fact this is obviously not always true. Stereotypes affect people of all cultures and can be extremely detrimental. One reason that stereotyping is so detrimental is that it can lead to the oppression of cultures or groups of people. According to our textbook, oppression is defined as the continuous, cruel, and unjust treatment of a person or group of people. Unfortunately, even in the society we live in today, there are still a lot of people who believe that the woman's job is to stay home and raise the children, while it's the man's responsibility to go out and earn a living for the family. This kind of thinking is pretty old school and pretty oppressive. I have felt this kind of oppression from people when I tell them that my education plans include undergraduate and graduate school. Even when said in a joking manner, it's not funny, and it's a clear example of how oppression is still very prevalent in the female culture today when it comes to higher education. With all that being said, as a CSD major, I'm actually in the majority when it comes to gender. While it's a great thing that a college major has a majority female presence, it's definitely something that needs to become more equal. I think stereotypes play a large role in discouraging men from choosing careers that fall within the CSD major. Many men have been told by society that this career is a feminine career, and society will make fun of them if they choose a feminine career. This is a stigma that can be found in a lot of other majors as well, not just CSD majors. This can apply to nursing and teaching as well, as those are other careers that have somehow been decided feminine careers. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and learned something new about culture as a whole and my culture specifically.